again. I'm Araba Kumson. Thanks for staying with us on Joy News, your election headquarters. It's just about a week to go for the crucial December 7 elections. So will the status quo be maintained or will there be a major upset? That answer will come in exactly 8 days. And this is your preferred network to get all the action and updates on the polls. So the candidates, particularly the presidential hopefuls, have about 8 more days to convince the undecided voters, and they have stepped up campaigning to cover any last ground. Let's begin with the who has just wrapped up his campaign of the Western region this dawn. Addressing a rally at Sefirioso today, he appealed to Ghanaians to give him 50% of the votes. His call comes even as pollster Benefson predicts Mr. Mahama will secure 52.4% of the votes, whilst the MPP's Nane Akufo-Addo will obtain 45.9% of the votes, with the other parties claiming a meager 1.7%. President John Dramani Mahama, who has been appealing to voters in Sefirioso in the Western region, to help him secure 60% of the votes. But you're watching Election Brief. We're taking a short break. We'll be right back. And listen to President John Mahama as he campaigned in the Western region, appealing to the electorate to help him obtain 60% of the votes.
Listen, 50% is going to be tough. If he won by 60%, then it's a landslide. It will be, under the current circumstances, considering a total flipping of the MPP. I doubt that the election will be that wide in the margins. I think that it will be a lot more closer than that.
You say 60% is a landslide and cannot be possible. What are some of the factors you're looking at in determining that 60% will not be possible for President John Mahama?
Well, by just looking at the last election and the number of votes that it took to win the last election, and remember that when the previous election took place, it went to a runoff, right? And so it will be very difficult to think that the things have changed. The swing in the votes for President John Mahama to get 60% would be huge.
So that was rather political analyst Joe Jackson there, saying that it will be virtually impossible for President Mahama to obtain 60% of the votes, as he was appealing to the electorate to help him obtain. But what's the latest on the details from Seth Kwame Boateng, who's traveling with the president? Seth, good afternoon to you. Hello, Seth. If you can hear me, the president was up at dawn campaigning in the Western region today. I mean, so what is the latest? Where is he now? Has he reached the Central region as we speak?
Okay, so he finished his Western region campaign this dawn around 5 a.m. He has just finished commissioning one of the senior high school, the schools that he's built, and the blocks that he's building, and he has just commissioned the Diaso one in the Central region, where he was very happy he's been able to do that, and he says it tells how much premium they place on education. And he has also called on all headmistresses or headmasters in this country to make sure that on December 7th, they allow all their students, those who registered, who are 18 and registered, to go and vote. From here, he's moving to another place for a rally. So he has just finished with the commissioning of the senior high school and moving on to other place, Araba.
Very much. That's my colleague Seth Kwame Boateng bringing us that update on the president's tour or campaign of the the central region. Now, well, the president might just cross paths with his main rival, the New Patriotic Party's Nana Akufo-Addo, because he's also headed to the central region today. Let's get details from Richard Kojonyako, who joins us on the line. Good afternoon to you, Richard.
Good afternoon, Araba.
So, what are the details of Nana Akufo-Addo's campaign in that regionin?
Well, another is yet to arrive at the event venue, that is the Upper Dintra East constituency of the central region. This is already packed. People are anxiously waiting for the arrival of the New Patriotic Party flag bearer for him to address the rally. Almost everybody who is an MPP member is in the Upper Dintra East constituency. So the place looks packed, and it's an exciting place to for everyone. So that is essentially what is happening here. The regional chairman is here, the regional secretary, and other party bigwigs and those national officers have also arrived, and a lot more people are also here. So, but that is what is currently happening here.
All right, many thanks, Richard Kojonyako there. Now, hopefully the two candidates won't clash, as almost happened in the western region, where the two main candidates, the MPP and the NDC, clashed. But the PPP presidential candidate, Dr. Papa Kwesi Indum, is said to have been instructed by police not to campaign in the Takwa and Swayam constituency last Saturday because President Mahama was due to visit the area. The situation is said to have angered Dr. Indum, who told supporters that the president is not a superior human.
PPP, Ghana man, Assembly oha enjoy that men make na hamaka na so assembly maka ansana ma meta na no meta kan ho hwede ye gina hei amanye ku NDC odine car bebe si hanom wa bre wonyim de yere ye rally wo hanom eyo ya to papa ana wan wo pede wa hon wan na wo pede wa hon Damusubeni was to Quabanama, Ebubaka, Papa. Ebubaka, Papa. On my catcher police, you won't catch one. The Mazano on Fata. On yet, a Hawarakwa. Shada a higher way. Yes, the Canaba had a dado. Yaji police permit. Yaj, Webo Tekawaha. There you buy a rally waha and there and you are bri. Nashada ended that. What from PPP for there? Young rally no man yet. Yet to me yet or send there. On my opinion, John Dramani Mahama or a hand there. Asimida. No, I am passing me out. I am passing them out. And this is why I gonna for saying Yana. A baby out to them no aqua so here. The main system no. Edi mumana ekwa benema o insisi sema so na ekwa benema dam epo bono dama so na ekwa benema dama so kwa kaya no hono dama so kwa kaya no hono se epede iwiadima iwiam ekwa benema so aza kwa kaya onaranyin ese osidan na chode hen rally enyabir na anope ene ya waha ne ye hen rally o sende enyen ya pia some drinzi what kind of one but it's okay ya but the heads no boko anopa na won so won bra ye enwabe enyan ye ya party ya den tasi ya di ejuma na se ya daba anopa so ebe gina ha ere ye dan wa ha ebe gina ha ere ye dan wa ha ene de ya kura ha fasini ya je permit ya ye program wa ha fasini ya wi ya pia NDC fo dama so
obviously angry at Dr. Papa Kwesi Indum there, and essentially all he's saying is that he was asked not to campaign in the Takwa and Swayam constituency because the president was scheduled to campaign in that area, and that the president is not a superior human being. Well, let's stay in the Western region because the Electoral Commission has been responding to some concerns by the opposition New Patriotic Party about the disappearance of some ballot boxes which were being transferred from one point in the Western region to Tarkwa. Let's listen to Head of Communications for the Electoral Commission.
The Electoral Commission is very, very much prepared. Very, very much prepared because we have deployed all our logistics, the very essential ones, to the regions and onto the districts. We have finished with all the major field activities. As we speak, we are only training our officials, after which we will train the party agents, and we are ready for the election day.
Okay. To talk about the deployment of logistics, we heard about an incident in the Western region on the 16th of November. Where some ballot boxes that will be transported into that region, reports suggest that they fell off a truck. 6 ballot boxes. How far has the Electoral Commission come in retrieving those boxes or ensuring that people do not, the ballot papers are not in the hands of wrong people who try to use it to cause mischief on election day?
Yeah, you see, you can't use those ballot boxes to cause any mischief on election day. Let me start from this before I even go to the basic side of the question. They are empty ballot boxes. At best, they are just receptacles for anything: water, paper, okay, anything you want to put inside. At this point, we classify such a material as a non-sensitive election material, okay? But you see, when you are deploying logistics, materials across the length and breadth of this country within a period of time for the purpose of elections, a lot of irregularities can occur. Okay? When such irregularities occur, the basic question we ask ourselves is that, how did this thing happen? Could it be performance lapses? Could it be genuine mistakes? Could it be due to unforeseen circumstances? Or are they deliberate acts of what? Wrongdoing? When we establish this, the next question we ask ourselves is that, what is the impact of this development on the elections? Okay, so we are talking about deployment of logistics. These materials were at the regional office. Then they were loaded onto the pickup truck. They were going to Tarkwa and Shuaim in the night.
Now, even before he indicated his party would endorse one of the presidential elections, many were those who were skeptical that it would be any other than the NDC candidate, John Dramani Mahama, given their close relations. I'm talking about the founder of the All People's Congress, Hassan Ayariga, and it didn't help with the drama that came after his General Secretary, Razak Opoku, and mate Karl Bartels addressed the news conference yesterday endorsing the MPP candidate and claiming the APC founder was in cahoots with the NDC.
We are here to declare the stand of the All People's Congress as far as the 2016 general election is concerned, upon the disqualification of our presidential candidate. It has become necessary that the party throw its weight and support behind one of the presidential candidates that are contesting this year's elections. And the party has decided to declare its support for Nana Akufo-Addo for the 7 December 2016 presidential election. And I read as follows. APC declares support for Nana Akufo-Addo for the 7 December 2016 presidential election. The National Executive Committee, the 10 regional executive committees, and the majority of the parliamentary candidates of the All People's Congress declare support for Nana Akufo-Addo of the New Patriotic Party for the 7 December 2016 general election. This endorsement of Nana Akufo-Addo has become very necessary considering the high level of incompetence, corruption, mismanagement of the economy, high rate of unemployment, killer taxes, collapsing of the private sector business, high utility bills, nepotism, tribal politicking, etc., under the 8 years rule of John Mahama NDC. Enough is enough, and the trending song now is change of incompetent John Mahama presidency. We strongly believe that only Nana Akufo-Addo can offer Ghanaians a more credible, incorruptible, and transformational leadership than all the other presidential candidates contesting the 2016 general election. We shall campaign for the victory of Nana Akufo-Addo and the MPP for the remaining days to the general election.
So you heard the now suspended General Secretary of the APC, Razak Opoku, there. So it comes as no surprise that Monday afternoon, Mr. Ayariga addressed a news conference himself, announcing he would back John Dramani Mahama.
APC declares support for Nana Akufo-Addo for the 7 December 2016 presidential election. The National Executive Committee, the 10 regional executive committees, and the majority of the parliamentary candidates of the All People's Congress
Apologies for that. We will be bringing you the press conference held by the APC founder, Hassan Ayariga, shortly. But we're taking a short break, and we'll be back. Don't go away. This is your election headquarters. You're welcome back. Remember, you can always stay tuned to us for the latest updates on the election front and on the campaign trail. We will be bringing you that in a subsequent bulletin. But that's how we wrap up the show. Join us same time tomorrow.